What's up everyone, Matt here with the Handy Manual. Today we're talking about the 8 things that you need to start a handyman business. Now if you're looking to start a handyman business, chances are you have most of these things already, but let's dive into the list. So today I'm breaking things down into 3 categories. Number 1, specific knowledge that you need. Number 2, specific tools and equipment that you need. And number 3, specific desires that you should have before even considering starting a handyman business. So let's get into it. So jumping right into the specific knowledge that you need, you want to know the basic components of a home, how homes are constructed. For instance, looking at a door, you want to know where the door jamb is, the stop, the casing, and all the different hardware associated with the door itself, and just generally how it operates. So that way, if you make a repair, you know, okay, I need to replace a section of the jamb, then you know what it's called, you can go pick it up at Home Depot and then replace it. Next up is you want to have an idea of how much things cost in your area. And yes, there are regional differences in terms of what you can charge and what people expect to pay. Now I saw this firsthand in my handyman business. I moved from one state to another and I saw the regional differences in what I could charge. And in doing your research, you might find that handymen in your area charge less than, say, handymen in another area or in a large city. But don't get discouraged because typically the prices correlate with the cost of living. I'll leave links in the description for resources that you can check out to learn more about how to price services for your business. But a quick and easy way to learn more about how to do that is just to call other handymen in your area, pose as a customer, and just ask what they charge. Call about 5 handymen, get an idea of what they charge for this specific service, and then take the average, and that'll give you a good idea of how much you can charge. Next up, under specific knowledge you need is how to operate basic tools. This includes a drill, wrenches, a tape measure, utility knife, and a stud finder. Moving on to the next category, specific tools and equipment that you need to start a handyman business. You need a basic tool set. These include things like the drill, impact driver, drill bits, driver bits, screwdrivers, wrenches, marking tools like a marker or a pencil, a hammer, a tool bag, and you want a ladder, preferably a telescoping ladder that extends, say, from 5 to 15 feet. Now this next tool I'm going to list isn't quite a physical tool, it's more of a business tool, and that is general liability insurance. Now you may go 5 years into your business and nobody asks you about liability insurance, or your very first customer might ask you about your liability insurance. So either way, just to cover yourself, it's good to have. Typically customers don't ask, some do if you're getting on a ladder, but it's better to be safe than sorry and have it versus to not have it and potentially lose a client because you don't have it. Now on the equipment side of things, stating the obvious here, you need a way to cart your tools around, and you might be thinking that you need a van or a truck right out of the gate, but I'll tell you that for the first 6 months of my business, I used my Hyundai Sonata to cart all my tools around, and it worked pretty good. You know, I laid a cloth down in the trunk and I just put tools in there, and the seats folded down in the back so I could store long material. So in the meantime, while you're saving up for a van or truck, you can just use your personal car. Now our last category that we're going to cover today is specific desires. Now this is important because you may do some soul searching while you're researching a handyman business and realize that this just isn't for you. And let me cover some of the things that you might want to be thinking about. Now first up on the list is you want to have a desire to work with your hands and be out in the field versus an office. You know, some people come from the office life thinking that they want to move into the field, but then they actually get in the field and they're like, I miss the comfort and the cushiness of the office. But working with your hands means getting dirty, getting sweaty, occasionally working with hazardous materials, and getting cut up. My finger, case in point, can prove it. I was installing some wallpaper the other day and I sliced my finger with my utility knife. But luckily I keep a whole mess of band-aids and sterile alcohol pads in my van so I could quickly take care of it. But the overarching idea here is that it's very physical work, and you know, your joints will ache. You may have some muscle soreness after a big job, so that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. Now next up on the list under specific desires is you want to have a desire to problem solve and troubleshoot with physical objects. And this is why it's important to know generally how homes are built and the components of a home, tying back to our first tip, because things in the physical world are frustrating and they behave in their own way. And when something breaks or it's doing something that it's not designed to do, and your level of control over the situation goes from here to here. So it can be really frustrating. But I will say that the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction you get from repairing something in the physical world really is unmatched. And each and every day that I'm out and I come back, I just feel accomplished. Now, just a few words to wrap up. This is obvious again, but if you really want to set yourself apart, just be punctual, be courteous and friendly when you're greeting customers. Just show up on time, be reliable, do quality work, and you will really set yourself apart in this industry. Hey, I hope you enjoyed those tips. Let me know if you found them helpful in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Check out my other video I did on how to advertise your handyman business and get leads for your business on autopilot. Until next time, take care and be well.